Welcome to the Martial Arts Business Success Podcast. We're at episode number 115. Got my friend Phil Britton here, and I'm Graham McDonald. So, Phil, take it away. We're at part 2 of our installment.
Yeah, man, we are. So, the first episode, if you missed it, we talked about all about games. You know, the why, the what, the how, the when, and all that type of stuff. So, If you're watching or listening this for the first time, go back after you listen to this one and go pick up all that sort of stuff. But really, we want to just give you those tips and the tools that we do, or what we say to a parent, to a child, or to an adult when we're doing reaction games. And at the end of the day, there are many reaction games that you would play, but I guess the takeaways would be very similar. Am I correct, Graham?
Look, for sure. You know, there are sometimes questions that arise and pop up to us when, let's say, we take a drill, a skill, a game, and we do it, and the parents go, "Wow, that was amazing martial arts class," and it was like it's a game-based class, for example. And they go, "Wow, we got so much out of it." Now, if another instructor tried to run the exact same thing, they just go, "Well, we're not paying money to have our kids play games."
Yeah.
So the missing secret here is being able to explain properly why we're actually doing this. And we talked about a few topics before in regards to reaction games and partner games, challenge games. So today on this installment, we're really going to kind of lock down and go a bit further on our, what have we got here? We've got our reaction games is the key factor. So Phil, how do we...
Just quickly, as you were saying that, it reminds me of Simon Sinek's thing. You know, people don't buy what you do or how you do it, they buy why you do it.
Yeah.
And the same thing absolutely applies here, is that people aren't really buying the what, which is the game that we play. They're not buying how we do it, the why. What's the reason why that we do this game? And it's to get these lessons or mindsets or behaviours or skill sets across to the student in a different way, because the way that people used to learn is completely different now.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's continually evolving, and it won't always be that way. But one thing I do know that will probably stay in a child's life or even an adult's life is that we want to have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we can learn through having fun, if we can learn through play, then you're going to get more students stay with you even longer from that journey from white belt to black belt and beyond.
So how do we win over the class? How do we reframe and position? Kids are going to love it anyway, but how do we position the parents so they see what we're about to do for the next 5 minutes, 7 minutes, for example, is going to be well worth it and well invested with the money they're putting into it.
Yeah.
So what are the first steps?
I guess let's just pick a game.
Yep.
Because as we said, if we can pick a game and just sort of hone in on that, you can pretty much tack on the benefits and lessons onto any game. So let's pick the good old favourite. We all know it. Every school plays it.
Default.
We call it Monster Dodge because we use the big monster fit balls. We can use the little balls. You've got all types of way. But we love the Monster Dodge because it's not often you get to throw those big balls and crush some kids and make them fall over. We've had some pretty fun classes where we have done that in the past.
Yeah.
But let's just focus on a game, and then me and you can just tic-tac on the lessons that we've used or used in the past. So I would say, okay, guys, cool. I'm going to reward you guys. I'm going to challenge you guys. It's time for a bit of fun. So we're going to rack out and bring out the Monster Dodge game. So can I ask you guys, why do we play Monster Dodge? Is it because it's just super fun? Guess what? All the kids are going to go, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Well, yeah, we do play it for lots of fun. But what are the other reasons that we would play Monster Dodge? What do you think we're doing in this game? And it's really asking the kids what they're going to get out of it.
Yep.
And they're going to come up with some crazy things. And they're also going to come up with the right thing. Because if you play it every so often, they're going to know the cue cards of the answers to come back.
For sure.
And we're not actually going to play that game until they understand the benefits behind it.
Now, it's important to make sure that, you lead them as well too, because at the end of the day, do you think it's going to help you with your agility? Yes. Do you think it might help you with your dodging skill? Yes. Do you think it's going to help you with your footwork? Yes. So sometimes rather than just listen to the crazy answers that come from it, you got to kind of lead them to it.
Yeah.
Now, this is also really important that some instructors forget to do. When they're talking to the kids, they forget that they need to obviously preach and talk to the parents. So how we position it, we would move the kids right over as close to where the seating area the parents are, where the majority of the parents are sitting, and then do the exact same chat that Phil's talking about, which is sitting down and talking. We're about to play a game. You need to be serious. You need to focus. These are the things that we're going to get from it. And then obviously lay out some ground rules in regards to safety and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's right. And that's a key, because that's when you're bringing the parents into the lesson.
Yeah.
And that's where they continue to buy, because remember, your students are either closer to staying, or closer to black belt, or closer to quitting.
Yep.
So we're going to try and make sure that they're closer to get their journey towards black belt and beyond, which means we want to make sure that they understand the reason why we do what we do.
Yeah.
And the only way they do that, because, and this is the hard thing, a lot of schools out there, I know, in different countries, a lot of schools don't really allow people to watch, or they don't have the room. And that's a real tough point, because whatever you're talking or saying in the class isn't then getting transferred the way that you would like it to the parent or the person who's there dropping them off. So in the way that we've set up our schools is we encourage every single parent, every person to be there and watch, because we know that only us can explain the benefits of what we're doing in that class to the parent the best they can be.
That's right.
You can't rely on the student to go, you know, me and Graham, we both got 3 kids. How was your day at school? Good. You know? All right, so let me ask another question. You just keep going.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's something that you shouldn't have to do. The parent should be able to walk away from that class going, wow, that was super fun, that game. Can you tell me why did you think Monster Dodge was fun? They're pretty much regurgitating what we're doing. You know? And then what I would say then also is relating the game and the lessons behind it to different areas of their life.
Yes.
So then I'd be saying, so how else could we use our reaction or this Monster Dodge, lesson, which let's just say it's focusing, focusing. Because if you're not focusing in this game, you're going to get donged on the head, or you're going to get out, and you're going to have to go do push-ups or burpees, the penalty or the challenge. So we obviously have to focus. So where else in your life do you need focus? And again, you can either just leave them to discuss or have that answer, or you can leave them. So where would you use that focus at school? Guys, where do you think you'd use that focus? Do you think you would, if you were paying attention, you had something you had to do at school or do a certain activity, and you were not paying focus, do you think you'd be able to complete that activity, guys?
Yeah,
yes or no?
sure.
So
what you guys probably have missed here, and Phil's doing this almost seamlessly without even knowing, is doing a mat chat as well as playing a game. And for those of you who know what a mat chat is, it's basically talking about life skills and character development. And what Phil's done is seamlessly mix that into that drill, that skill, that game. Again, really that's what we're trying to do here, is make sure the value system that you guys are insisting your students have are interacted here. Now, there's another thing that I guess I'd like to reiterate, and it's sometimes how the game is run. For example, sometimes there's schools that'll run it where, Phil, I tag you, you're out, and then you help me throw. Now, what actually happens with that is it can create a bit of a challenge in the fact that everyone needs to have a go. And some kids get upset because they don't get to throw the ball. So what we do is we kind of bypass that system here and make sure that the kids, when they're out, they move to an area designated and they do a particular skill or a move that we've pre-discussed. For example, it could be non-stop burpees, non-stop push-ups, non-stop kata moves or pattern moves that you're doing that. So they're not just out, they have to do something. And one final thing too is it's really important we make sure that, let's say there was 15 kids, 20 kids in the group, we will always stop and restart the game when there's only about 5 kids left. So we never go to where there's just one left. We never just have a winner. It's always about the enjoyment of it, but then it's not about winners and losers and so on and so forth. It's more about the skills and drills that go with it.
Absolutely. So there you have it, guys. We've spoke a little bit about the structure. Let's just quickly rattle off what are some of the I guess, lessons or takeaways a parent or a child will get with the reaction games. So we talk about focus, and that's sort of pretty much with every game. But we've got focus, we've got reaction. Why would we need to learn how to react?
Geez, it helps with not only crossing the road, your self-defense, sort of making quick decisions, your schooling, your maths, your spelling. Kids on iPads, oh my God, no. But, the things that you can tie back to real-world application.
That's all right. What about awareness? Like we talk about awareness, because in Monster Dodge or any Dodge game, you've got to not only be aware of the danger, which is the ball. This is very important that you also explain this. So why we need to be careful of the danger, which is the ball, which is potentially the attacker or the bully, or whatever it may be, but also be aware of your surroundings. So don't bump in and clash heads with another person. Don't run into the mirrors or over here.
Of course.
So we're talking about being aware of our surroundings and being aware of danger, and then be able to react in the right way. So you can see how this whole thing about this game is so important, and then you take that into your martial arts, and then again, right at the end, talk to the kids. So, was that fun, guys? Yes. Did you guys learn something? Yes. And so it's very important that you sort of have that beginning, middle, and end of that whole game as well.
For sure. Look, one little thing before we wrap it up here, that awareness, parents love it when you talk about awareness, but then you relate that to walking through the home and seeing all the toys laying on the floor, and they have the awareness to pick them up and see that before they have to be told. So the parents like, so we told you. So those little things that you tie together have a great way to really kind of, you can see what we're doing here is join in so the parents get that buy-in, they see the benefit, but the kids are also having a great time too.
Absolutely, guys. Well, that's it for this particular episode, guys. We're talking about reaction games. Next next podcast, we're going to talk about partner games. What do we do? The benefits of that, how you can talk about it, all those type of things. But don't forget, guys, if you like what we're talking about, if you want to be part of the community, we've got TIMA Mastermind. It's $47 a month, but for you guys, you get a $1 trial. Check it out. Be part of the community. Not only do you get the access to the Facebook group, where we're all in there helping each other out, but you also get access to tons of resources to help you in your business as well. So somewhere around this video, there'll be a link to that, or if you don't know and you want to find it, head to our website, www.tima.com.au. Guys, we'll see you on the next episode.
Take care.